What's up, everybody out there in the Frontline universe, and welcome to the actual episode number 26 of Anime Weekly. You guys know me, Chris. You guys know Jeremy. He's back. He's on one side.
I have returned.
And Bravo's with us.
Yep.
It's officially a 3-person show now.
I was waiting for this.
What do you mean? Oh, you're waiting to join. I was about to say, what do you mean you're waiting for this? I didn't do anything.
No, I was waiting for it to be a 3-person show.
Hooray! So we're 3 people now. So that means 3 times the fun, 3 times the reviews, and 3 times the opinions on anime. So everybody in the comments below, hashtag welcome Bravo. Officially, now that we've got Jeremy here, it's the full crew for Anime Weekly. Hooray!
Yep.
Alright, so this week, we're getting right down to the anime. If you'd like to see any pre-show banter, manga talk, news, whatever, check out episode 26 pre-show. This is the show where we're getting right down to the actual anime shows. We've got Ace Attorney episode 15, Endride episode 15, One Piece episode 750 episodes worth of One Piece. That's crazy. We got Dragon Ball Super episode 52, Food Wars season 2 episode 3, Twin Star Exorcist episode 14, ReZero episode 16, Kuromukuro episode 15, Beserk episode number 3. However, Bravo's going to be executing this review on her own. Jeremy's going to be giving his thoughts on the previous 2 episodes. Tales of Zesteria The X episode 1 and 2, because apparently episode 1 we should have discussed last week. I messed up, or it came, I don't know, but we got episode 1 and 2 to talk about. D. Greyman Hallow episode 2, but Jeremy will be discussing episode 1, and then all of us together will be discussing Mob Psycho 100 episode 1. This week, there's 2 disclaimers. Number 1, this week, no Naruto Shippuden. So while we're still stuck in filler hell, we're also stuck in skip week hell. And number 2, Jeremy and I did not know that Taboo Tattoo officially started 3 weeks ago. So next week, we will have episode 1 through 3 to discuss on Anime Weekly.
Yep.
We'll discuss them. I know Bravo saw them, but we want to check it out first also so we can discuss it all together. When it comes to 3 episodes, that's a bit of a long shot. 1 episode, not so bad. But for a whole series, yeah, we got to check it out. So, let's get into the anime, shall we, ladies and gentlemen?
All right.
All right. So we're starting with Ace Attorney episode number 15. Bravo, you want to take it? Does somebody want to take talking about this episode?
Nah, I'm good. I was kind of half asleep watching this one.
Okay. This episode had the case that was supposed to free Maya from being seen as guilty for the murder. And we get to see the daughter of Von Karma. She is taking on the whole prosecuting thing now, and I honestly forgot her name.
I did too. I just call her Whip Girl.
That sounds very wrong.
Well, nothing ever seems right when it comes to anime, so it's fine. Whip Girl it is.
And this anime had a lot of this episode had a lot of talking. It was mostly court case banter. But in the end, the little girl that followed Phoenix to the court manages to channel the girl from before, and she uses her help to prove Maya's innocence, and now Maya is proven not
possibly
guilty.
Not guilty. They still
Possibly
have to find
not
more
guilty.
proof. I love how they made fun of the whole dress being too small, so she that was good fan service moment right there.
That was pretty funny. That
was awkward.
Very awkward. But I liked it. I thought this episode was fun. I don't know, Ace Attorney lately, I feel like ever since the whole Phoenix Wright proving Edgeworth's innocence, it kind of fell off a little bit. That whole episode where they were kids was like, okay, now we're in the Maya story and she's on trial again. I'm hoping maybe after this Maya trial, we won't have to worry about her going on trial anymore, and we get into some really good cases again.
Yeah, they haven't had much backstory in involved episodes, where the case actually has a connection to Phoenix. These just seem kind of like random filler cases.
Yeah, this might be the filler before we get into something really good, because we know Edgeworth's coming back, because we saw him in the new intro credits. So
The games do have a lot of filler in them to begin with.
Oh yes, you played the game, right, Bravo?
I played.
See, Jeremy, we finally have somebody on that's played the games.
Nice.
I played the one that Edgeworth was the main character, and it was like a lot of filler cases leading up to the big case at the end.
Okay, so did you play Phoenix's game?
I've seen them.
Okay, so we've only got an Edgeworth player, so we don't have the full game.
You'll never get your wish.
No. Well, Ellie played the full game, but that's okay. I'd rather not know what's coming. This way I don't have to worry about spoilers.
Yeah, see, that's what I did with Assassination Classroom, and I'm glad I did it because that wouldn't have hit me as hard as it did.
I did, and it still hit me hard. That second to last episode. I keep telling Bravo, you need to watch that episode, that series.
Assassination Classroom.
Yes. It's really,
Sigh.
it's good.
Korno Sensei, the coolest high school teacher that I will never have.
Junior high school.
Oh yeah, it is junior high school. That's like what, 7th grade? Was that 7th?
No
8th?
offense, but they don't look like junior high school students.
They don't look like junior high school students, but they were in 8th grade. 8th grade. They graduated 8th grade. They got their diplomas and went off to high school. And Nagisa became the new Assassination Classroom teacher.
That was awesome. He basically became a combination of like Goro Sensei and Korosama. That was cool.
Yes.
I like that.
That was awesome. All right, let's get into something boring. I'll talk about this one, which is Endride episode number 15.
What is there even to discuss?
There isn't. This was a lot of talking again. The Egonauts are planning to fight their way back to the Ebel, I believe his name is Ibel, or whatever the what are those the creatures called?
The zoo, yeah.
Yeah, he survived. He didn't die when he got teleported away, which basically the whole death scene, like 3 episodes back, didn't matter anymore. He survived, and apparently he can make ink copies or ink demons of himself, or like minions to fight for him. I don't know. Whatever his body could do, it could do. And he wants revenge against the prince and Shin. Yeah, and a fight. He kind of tries to egg them over there. The Egonauts over there so that he can kill them. They show up. Fight breaks out. Turns out one of the other Zuzians that we thought were dead are actually alive. Ebel kind of runs away, which was like, really? You're going to run away, so you're going to continue to be the antagonist for the rest of the series? And now the Egonauts basically are going back to the capital because Emilio finally, after 15 episodes, comes to the revelation that, hey, maybe I should be the next king.
No, duh, you're the next in line, you idiot. I mean, that was my reaction.
I know, right? I think Bravo,
Every
were we
character
watching
is
that?
a moron.
No, we were. Me and Bravo, you watched it before me. I was watching it while you were watching something else.
Yeah, we were gonna watch it together, but we decided we didn't want to suffer.
I suffered a long time.
I skimmed it, so you didn't have to do that.
Well, it's a lot of. I have to say, Endride is a lot of talking. It's a lot of political talking. It's about, the government and what happens if the king is killed or the president's killed. Mayhem, and everybody wants to take over.
I'm perfectly fine with talking. That was boring.
Yeah, there's talking and then there's boring. What about you,
Yep.
Jeremy?
It gave me flashbacks of Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Oh, God.
The PTSD is coming back.
The PTSD of those Gundams, man, right?
I was not about all that trade talks and save the princess and what the princess's position on the colonization of
Wait,
Mars.
I was gonna watch that show.
You were?
I was
Save
gonna
yourself
try
the
and watch Gundam. At
Save-
least.
Well, you don't need to watch this Gundam. It was boring. It was really boring. No offense to anyone that liked it. it just was not for us.
No, so much talking, so much politics, and so little Gundam use.
I know they didn't even fight that much, and that's like, I know that sounds really basic, but that's one of the main reasons I watch Gundam is to watch Gundams fight.
Big robots with swords, guns, and more. Yes,
I like the character development, which Endride has none.
Well,
I mean, you get character development through fighting a lot, actually, especially in the other Gundam series. But this one just had a bunch of talkie-talkie. No one needs too much talkie-talkie.
And also, let's be honest, the main character has no personality. He's very blank, which I think brought a lot of blank dialogue. Also, you know which character?
That Shun guy, right? Yeah, that
so.
guy. Yep.
Yeah.
He's very, like, no personality. I follow what my friends want. That's it. And I can pilot a Gundam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you were talking about Gundam. I thought we went back. I thought we were talking about Endride again. Yeah, the main
It doesn't matter, they're both the same.
Basically, yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you, Bravo, and I agree with you, Jeremy. Shun, definitely. He has a very... You know what? No, I would say Emilio doesn't have a personality. Shun he kind of has that weird generic personality.
I fight for my friends.
It's really weird because it's like he wants to be a leader, but he's more of a follower.
Yep.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
He's a background character in the wrong place.
Yeah, pretty much. That covers it.
Exactly. All right, One Piece, episode number 750. The final part to the Bill arc, or the Bill filler story arc, where Naruto ends up fighting Bill. It turns out Bill's screwed. I forgot what that girl's name was. He's the one that she ended up crewless.
Oh, the crap. I'm not gonna remember this. I'm not gonna try.
Just the redheaded girl, yeah. And the fight between Bill and Luffy happened. Really good. I loved it. I loved how the fight went on, and then in the end, the island ended up sinking. Luffy gets away. Who didn't see that coming? And then we get a little bit of a taste of what's coming in the future with that guy. I forgot. I think that's Del Flamingo's brother or family member or something.
It's like his right hand dude.
Oh, okay.
It's like his right hand guy, and pretty much it's set up for just dealing with the aftermath of the Dressrosa arc and setting up for where we're currently heading now in the manga with the stuff with Big Mom finally confronting Big Mom, and then dealing with the her and like Sanji being forced to marry her one of her daughters and all this other stuff. We also, but first, we take a trip to Zou, which is the island they're heading to next, that they're setting up for, which is going to be interesting, because I want to see how that's animated, because they have a lot of interesting, like, animals and stuff like that, because a lot of the people they run into have these, like, animal-based transformation powers. It's really cool. Like I said with One Piece, it's really heavy, but the world building is really good.
So it's filler, but not really filler. It's more world building.
Yeah, I mean, I don't count it as filler because it happened in the manga, so if it happened in the manga, it counts.
Okay. But no major stories happening right now.
Oh yeah, no, it's mostly set up to get to where we're at in the manga, and it's progressed far enough in the manga where they have enough material to keep going for a little bit.
Okay. Fair enough. I know Jeremy's going to want to talk about Dragon Ball Super, so I'm just going to say the name of the episode. You go for Dragon Ball Super, episode number 52.
Trunks and Gohan reunite. This is the episode I've been basically talking about since this arc was announced. I wanted to see the utter disappointment Trunks would have when running into Gohan Sensei, and how Gohan Sensei has turned into an utter disappointment and has ruined the perspective of people who grew up with him as a child and were children watching him grow up and were like, hey, I could be like that guy. He's pretty awesome. And then, no. Now you're making me regret actually liking school for a little bit. See, if I turn into that after I finish school, I don't want to finish school, and that's not a good sign.
I don't like how Akira, not who's the creator of
Akira Toriyama.
yeah, I don't like that Akira Toriyama did that with Gohan. I think there were a lot of dignified ways you could have gone about with Gohan, and he said he wanted to make Gohan cool again, and just didn't.
See, I think the problem with Gohan, I think Toriyama wanted to make Gohan the main character, but there are too many butthurt Goku fans that are like, no, we want Goku, and I understand, I love Goku. Goku is great, but come on, Goku's been around for like 10 years at that point. I feel like Goku deserves a break. But
Goku is like, I don't even know Dragon Ball, but I know Goku is like the highlight of everything.
Yep.
Goku is essentially Shonen Jesus. Goku is never allowed to die.
And when he does die, he gets wished back somehow.
Even though they clearly set a limit to how many times you got brought back, but they said, screw that, it's Goku, we'll let him come back.
Was it because of the Dragon Balls?
Well, the Dragon Balls only allow you to come back 3 times. They actually had to create a new set of Dragon Balls on a different planet that allow you to come back an infinite amount of times in order to bring Goku back for the 4th time.
And then there was another time where somebody had to give up their own life force so that Goku could come back. And it's just a lot of different stuff. Goku, why couldn't you just stay dead? I love you, man, but you could have helped out as a ghost. If Obi-Wan can do it, you can do it too. I'm pretty sure.
You are Shonen Jesus apparently, so make it happen.
I'm just saying, like, that's just how it works. Goku's not allowed to die. But this episode was really solid. I liked the reanimation of the history of Trunks.
Yeah, didn't you like that? I like that too.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I was like, this looks so much better now. That was so cool. I love seeing that old badass Gohan. He was cool, and I liked seeing Trunks' reaction to seeing Mai, even though she's younger in this timeline, and like, you know, him holding her hand and stuff. I also really enjoyed the ending of the episode where he sees Gohan playing with Pan, and he's like, you know what? I'm just glad Gohan got a chance to be happy. He's living a good life, and I might be a little jealous of the fact that I didn't get to have this type of life, but at least Gohan got to have it.
Yeah, and that's a selfless hero, and that's why I really dig Future Trunks. I can't wait. I really do hope that Akira Toriyama pulls a swerve on us and somehow thrusts Gohan back into the action. But till then, I can live with this.
I'm wondering what's up with Black though.
We're gonna find out next episode.
Yeah, obviously he's not a real Saiyan, so either somebody's like using a duplicate of Goku's body, or this is Goku's body from a different timeline being controlled, or something's going on. And obviously it's that white-haired guy that was in the opening credits that we also see towards the end that's like pushing the tea cart, because when you see him, you hear that evil-sounding music in the background, so he's definitely a bad guy.
Gotta see, gotta wait. Gotta find out. Gotta catch them all.
Oh man, don't remind me.
Jeremy is being chained by girlfriend 1000 to make sure that he records this week's Anime Weekly.
Oh Jesus! Like, yeah, I'm not even gonna go back into Pokemon Go stories. I've got so many. I've also found that I have a unique ability to make a pun out of every Pokemon's name in the entire Pokedex.
Yeah, let's not do all 150 puns at one time, okay?
Alright, fair enough.
Fair enough. So let's go into Food Wars, Season 2, Episode number 3. Now, I think we all watched this episode, so we all equally know enough about this show. Now, Jeremy, we both watched... You watched Season 1, right?
Yep.
I'm the only one still that's far behind on it. So we're in round 3 of the competition. Who were the characters? Bravo, you remember the names.
Yeah.
You asked and then I forgot.
Oh. You had one job! I said to remember their names!
I remember the names of everyone right now except the people who were involved in this particular one.
I only remember the judge, that one judge, because he's always funny because of his whole stripped down bit when he tastes people's food.
Well, we got the results. We got the results from the previous episode, and the guy beat the girl. We knew that.
Yep.
So then we got into the next competition, which was, oh god, what was the food again? It was a simple dish, too.
It was like they were supposed to make fast food, but like foreign.
Right.
Yeah, it was basically like an exotic twist on like fast food, like burger joint stuff.
Right. And I think I'm trying to remember the characters because I can't remember their names. But we got a clear-cut winner by the end of the episode. And now I think we're going into... Oh, there's a side chef duel that's coming for episode 4. And I'm going for the Italian chef all the way, baby. Go Italian chef.
Go Italy.
Go Italy. Show your pride.
Yeah.
Wave your flag.
Sure, that isn't biased at all.
No, not at all. I want the Italian chef to win. We need Soma. Don't worry, Soma.
He won't.
Soma will bounce back.
Oh man, there we go. There you go. You remember the name, Soma. That's the main
Soma's
character.
the main character. Of course, I know Soma.
Well, yeah. Soma's and his name is in the title, so.
No, it is. It's Food
Yeah, it
Wars.
is. Oh well, in the actual. Oh my bad. In the actual manga is called like Shugeki no Soma.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I know what you mean. Okay. Yeah. They changed it in America. We get different titles.
Yep.
So I liked this episode. I thought it was fun. Every episode is like one of those things where they explain what they made, and it's like watching an anime version of cooking at home.
No, it's like Iron Chef but with comedy, and it's great.
Yes.
Like Hell's Kitchen.
Chopped. All these Food Network shows that I watch late at night that make me extremely hungry.
Yeah. Oh my god. I can't tell you how hungry that show made me after watching it.
Dude, I was literally before recording this, I was watching the Food Network. And
so, Jeremy's very hungry.
I thought about Food Wars while watching an episode of Cutthroat Kitchen, and I'm like, I think Soma could last in an episode of Cutthroat Kitchen.
You know that you watch a lot of anime when you could actually throw any character into almost any situation.
That's true. Oh man, but yeah, I love Food Wars. I'm glad it's back. This is one of my favorite comedy series out there.
Agreed. What about you, Bravo? What did you think of the episode?
I thought it was really great. It was nice to see that one girl get knocked down several pegs.
Yes. It was indeed. And
Though the whole Godzilla costume thing where she got...
The turtle! That was it! It was burgers, and she made a turtle burger, and I was like, oh! Thank you, Bravo. Yes, I remember now.
That was cool. I'll admit that was kind of cool. She went all out for that. I'll give her points for presentation, which she did.
Awful. Brutal presentation.
Oh man.
Oh man, I remember now.
It's always nice to see the entitled characters get what's coming to them.
Yeah, turtle shaft. That's what you get for cooking Michelangelo. What?
I see you blocked the whole turtle thing out of your memory.
Yeah, I did. I completely forgot until you reminded me.
Oh man, poor Mikey.
Why'd it have to be Mikey? That'd be Raphael. He's always the one jumping.
Hey! Don't mess with my favorite turtle now.
You can't do Donatello. He's smart.
Yeah.
I mean, he already died once. So what's wrong with the second time?
And I'd kill you if you did.
Bravo is a humongous Donatello fan. I like Leo and Mikey. Okay, who would you sacrifice, Leonardo or Michelangelo?
I don't want to have this
that's
discussion. I think we should go to the next thing on the list.
that's really
No,
hard.
no. This is you have to choose. Who would you sacrifice to the turtle cooking gods?
No.
The leader or the party goer?
Dang it! I love Mikey.
Would you sacrifice Slash?
Can we like sacrifice Venus from the Next Mutation TV show?
Yes.
Because
or Slash.
No,
Venus or Slash? Who would you sacrifice, Venus or Slash?
Venus. Nobody likes the Next Mutation, and if you do, you're a liar.
Bravo.
I don't want to play the game.
She doesn't want to play this game anymore. Move on.
I'm serious though, guys. If you tell me in the comments that you liked the Next Mutation, you're just lying to yourself. Go get some help.
Bravo, do you like the Next Mutation? I can't remember.
Not really.
Okay, good. So, moving on to Twin Star Exorcist episode 14, or as I would like to call it, Twin Star Exorcist cheat, which certain people use to catch up to 13 episodes of story.
Nah.
This was the recap episode for Twin Star. I believe this is the midway point. The first 13 episodes were obviously for the spring. Now we're getting the next set of episodes, which I believe we're going till episode... I think, Bravo, you found out it's 50 episodes long.
It's 50?
I heard someone saying it might be 50 episodes long.
But what they might do is cut it. I was saying last week, Jeremy, they might cut it 25 and then come back in spring.
Oh, so they're going to divide it by season, 25 apiece?
Maybe. We'll find out.
So kind of like what Assassination Classroom did. That makes sense.
Well, there's one way to find out, and I know Bravo can find out the quickest. Bravo, is it scheduled for fall?
I haven't seen it scheduled on for fall yet.
Okay, so until we see it scheduled for fall, it begs the question of ending at episode 25 and coming back next year for season 2.
It might not be 50, but who knows?
That too. The only way to find out is to stay tuned until next year, or this time next year, to find out.
Bum, bum, bum.
Exactly. But this was really a recap episode. They were celebrating Tenembra? Tenembri?
It was the generic festival episode of animes.
Yeah, Jeremy, we saw the, you remember, it was on, it was also on Iron, Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress.
Iron Fortress. Yeah. It was the Wish Festival where they had tied the little wishes to the trees. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just don't know what it's called.
It starts with a T, that's all I remember.
Yeah, it's like Tenebrae.
Yeah, something like that. And it's
Tenebra.
And it's all recap. It recaps everything. Tanabata. Thank you, Bravo. And
all right.
There we go. It recapped the entire series, and of course that girl whose name leaves my mind with the green hair. Still hoping one day that Rokuro will figure out that she's in love with him and he's an idiot.
She wishes.
Yeah, I don't think... She's the fan service of the series, so I don't think that's happening.
I mean, like, there's always gonna be the notice me senpai girl. Senpai's never gonna notice you, at least not until the end of the show.
Well, as you know, Jeremy, since you watched all of episode 14, Roku has to marry Benio because they're gonna have the Messiah of all exorcists.
Yep. Now,
I have to ask you, who do you want to see Rokuro with?
I always try to root for the underdogs. So I kind of want the chick he ignores all the time to end up with him by the end. Because I don't know. It seems like it's too easy to actually let this whole political marriage thing happen, and that's never how these things go anyway. I'm always on the side of unrequited love. I've always gotta cheer for that one. That's why I couldn't support M in whatchamacallit in 100, because I was like, that seems too easy. I think Claire would be a much more interesting choice. And for this one, I think whatever her name is, the fan service object girl is going to end up being the one he ends up with in the end if he actually realizes what she's trying to do to get his attention.
Agreed. What about you, Bravo?
I want to see him with Benio. So.
Okay, and I guess, the tiebreaker here, and I feel like what's going to happen is fan service girl, it's not going to happen because of the father. I don't think the father's going to let Rokuro be with her, and I think that he's too stupid, and at the moment, if you've watched all 13 episodes, or if you've actually seen in the recaps as well, in episode 14, even without the Exorcist's help, Rokuro is starting to fall for Benio. And Benio actually is starting to fall for Rokuro. So I have a feeling that this girl is just being put there as a, I've always loved you. You always thought of me as a sister. And then something's going to happen. She doesn't want him to be an exorcist either. So I'm kind of against her not wanting him to be who he's supposed to be. Where Benio kind of wants him to follow his heart. So I kind of got to side with Benio just because she gives him more freedom.
I can see where you're coming from. Like I said, I always like to champion the non easy path. I feel like Benio is the easy way out.
Have you not seen Benio fight? There is no easy.
No. I mean like in terms of like a straight relationship. Like
okay.
Like there are gonna be your normal obstacles, but this is pretty much your straightforward. Just follow the path.
Gotcha. Well,
but she's
I know.
Kind of annoying.
Oh, go Bravo. What?
But she's kind of annoying.
I mean, see, this is another. I was about to say something. I was like, wait, I'm going to put my foot in my mouth, and I'm like, wait, she doesn't watch these. What girlfriend isn't annoying at certain points?
If I ever. I'm gonna hide these. I'm gonna block her on these videos. It's gonna be like, if I ever find out her name, I'm gonna do the opposite of what you think, Jeremy. I'm gonna block her so she never sees these.
No, cause see, she knows that she can annoy me, and she knows exactly what to do. And I said, and again, that's the thing. Like with one of the straightforward relationships, you know that there are gonna be the usual obstacles, and it's gonna be tough. But in the end, you know where it's gonna go. I like the types where it's one of those things where you have to kind of guess where things are gonna happen. It keeps things a little interesting.
Your girlfriend has a mace, dude. If you guess wrong, you get a big hammer to the head.
It's not a mace. It's not a mace. It's a giant novelty hammer. It's not. It hurts.
Bravo has a mace. She'll give your girlfriend her mace.
The hammer is enough, thank you. I don't need any other. She does not need any other weaponry.
Does she have the high heel shoes?
She's working on a Bayonetta cosplay, so yes.
Oh boy.
No, boy. No. I'm not prepared. It's
Oh, Bravo! Just in case you don't know, Jeremy has PTSD with high-heeled shoes.
It's because they were used as disciplinary tools by my mom, and she was basically Batman. She could throw that thing around a corner, and it would still hit me in the back of the head.
Batman, I know where you are, Jeremy. Around the corner.
I'm telling you, it's like deadly accurate. She never missed. It was like she was bullseye. It's like. Well, I'm surprised I don't have a permanent dent in the back of my head.
As he checks the back of his head, what's this? All right, no more about dents. Let's talk about a relationship I'm sure we all could agree with, and that is ReZero episode 16. I think we all want Subaru with Rem.
Yeah.
Yes, it's safe to assume everybody wants Rem. Unfortunately, as it's been announced in the manga, he won't end up with Rem because the creator actually went out of his way to create an alternate universe where him and Rem end up running away together, having children, and being happy. So obviously the main story does not have him with Rem. 'Cause he's an idiot.
he's gonna end up with Amelia, and it's
But she's mean to him.
I know I don't like this. I really don't.
I
But
still want to know if Amelia was in the room in the last episode that had the ice in the hallway, and she saw him calling her. Why didn't she open the door? And who made that hallway with the ice? We never found out what was on the other side of that door, and I'm curious.
I'm still thinking she has some kind of connection to the witch. Like she's got something to do with all of this.
But this episode, I feel like Subaru, his personality again kind of got in front of him, and he tried going to everybody he knows and basically putting his foot in the mouth.
Every single time.
Every single time, yeah. Trying to get somebody to assist him going back and saving Amelia, and every single time he would approach one of the other candidates that were girls, yeah, he got a foot shoved up his butt.
What did he expect exactly?
I don't know. Apparently he thought people were decent there.
They
Unfortunately,
are the ones competing with her.
I know. I don't understand where his mindset was that people were going to help Amelia when they're the ones that are going against her in the first place. One thing. There was an article, and I shared it. I think I shared it with Bravo.
You did.
A few things that we didn't know about ReZero that were mentioned in the manga, but not in the show. One thing that's really interesting is, you know that guy with the helmet that's with the girl with the red hair that wanted Subaru to lick her foot?
Uh-huh.
He actually came from Earth also. So Subaru isn't the first one to travel to that planet that was summoned to that world.
Huh.
So they didn't mention it in the anime yet, but it was mentioned episodes before when they introduced that Knight character, where he actually said that he was summoned there as well.
Oh, that's cool.
So we still don't understand how Subaru or the Knight now got summoned there, but apparently other people from Earth were summoned to that world. Interesting stuff. But yeah, he ends up not getting any help. So in the end, him and Rem end up going alone again. But they meet up with some merchants, and the merchants offer to help him. And also one of the merchants was that kid that he got a ride from, that he offered money to the first time around before he died again.
Yep.
And now they're heading towards Amelia's area, where they're going to save all the townspeople and Amelia and everybody else, hopefully. We don't know. But there was a big-ass dragon face next to his cart.
Yep.
Cool.
This though is just one elaborate Telltale game.
But they die. He dies.
Yep.
Remember, Jeremy, I was complaining a few episodes back that we haven't seen Subaru die in a long time?
Yeah.
It came back tenfold now.
Yeah, he died a bunch.
Last death was worse.
Which one? The head clean off the body?
Yeah, that one.
That was the one we did, Bravo. The one last week, Jeremy, where that big thing showed up, like that big, looked like a dragon, and his head just fell off of his body, and we didn't even see the slash.
Yep, that was crazy.
That was insane.
And the snow just covered his body.
Oh, man.
I'm loving it. I'm loving ReZero. It's one of my favorite animes that we're doing for the summer so far.
And once you get far enough into it, it doesn't get as complicated as it was in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's how all shows work.
Yeah, no, but you don't understand, Bravo. Try explaining. This person died, then the day started over again. Then he died again, but a different way, and the day started over again. And then explaining all it's hard.
And then you had to go back and talk about the dog and the significance of this stupid little dog, and then you have to explain that the episode is divided into two parts, and they're two separate different routes, and it's just like, it's hard to explain to other people. It's easy to understand. It's hard to, like, it was really hard to, like, verbalize it.
Yep. Episode 1. The first anime ever I watched that had anime episode 1A and 1B. One day apart from each other.
Yep. I remember when it came out, we messaged each other like, which one are we supposed to watch?
We ended up watching. Thank God we watched both.
Both of them.
Oh man, that was. But yeah, it's a really great series. A lot of people have started to give it a chance, and I think it's really getting popular now.
Yep, very much so, and I'm glad it's getting a lot of steam. The manga's coming to America, which it just got confirmed in America about a month ago now. So that's a good sign that we might be getting a dub of it. It's one of the top 10 animes from spring.
Isn't it also a light novel series?
Yes.
Like, I know it was a light novel first,
Yeah.
and then it became a manga. That's what I thought.
The manga and the light graphic novel will both be coming out at the same time, volume 1 and 2 in America, the same exact moment. So if you want,
I'd buy it.
Oh, cool.
I pre-ordered volume 1 and 2 of the manga, not the graphic novel, but the manga I have pre-ordered.
I think I'll try the light novel because I feel like that'll give me a little bit more detail.
Well, the manga will give more detail too. They don't leave details out of mangas.
Yeah, but I think a lot of times, at least from my experience with like Sword Art, they leave out a little bit. They change smaller details that affect like little bits. But I feel like in a series like ReZero, those small changes have a way bigger impact.
Oh yeah, if you saw the 5 or 6 different things that weren't mentioned in the anime alone, you'd be like, wow, I already look at it differently where you got that alternate universe. The world that Subaru's on now is flat. It's not round.
Yep.
That means he can walk off the edge.
Yep, there's an endless waterfall at the end of the world. Oh God, what were the other things? The rest were kind of... in this episode where he stepped up to the leader of the house with the green hair and then the guy stepped in front of him. In the manga, he actually stepped up and wanted to kill her with a spoon.
That would have been interesting.
They didn't do that for the anime episode. So, little things, but I think it plays a pretty intense role.
Yep.
So, ReZero, everybody. Anime Weekly approved. Alright, so let's go to Kuromukuro, episode number 15, which Jeremy and I are the only ones that watched that. I believe, right?
Yep.
We got to get Bravo to watch that. It's not as bad as you think, Bravo. It actually feels more like a Gundam Wing than Gundam Wing Iron.
I really dig. I like the relationship between Ken and I can never remember the girl's name. I can never remember.
Yukina.
Yukina, there you go. I was like, I know I was gonna say it was Yuki, but I'm like, it's not Yuki.
It's Yukina.
But okay. I like the relationship between Ken and Yukina.
Yeah, so Ken apparently has a healing factor like Wolverine, and he heals up right away. Everybody wants to move away from where they are in Japan right now because it's getting hit the hardest, and the UN building, and of course the Black Relic, plus Konosuke. So everybody's slowly leaving. Businesses are closing down. Basically, the whole area is starting to die out. And you've got the princess, or the person that Konosuke believes is the princess, wanting to come back to Earth to get the Black Relic, to bring Konosuke back, and basically so that the aliens can win against the humans.
Yep.
And that's basically the gist of the episode. I don't think I'm missing any important details.
I'm glad that they didn't do the whole angle with the they didn't like drag that whole "are your memories real or not" thing. Because I remember the last time I was on an episode, that was what we were talking about before. I'm glad that didn't last too long.
You know, he had a dream in this episode where the princess and that guy with the skull mask had him in a chamber. I think the princess truly was brainwashed by the aliens somehow.
Yeah.
And it's
Would
not
have been more
the other way.
interesting if she were like pure bad guy.
That would be interesting, and then that would mean Konosuke's memories are all wrong.
That could be a really cool twist if it turned out to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I still think like Yukina is connected to the princess somehow. Like, I still want to say like she's some kind of descendant or something.
She could be.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Because I mean, that could explain why she can pilot the relic with Konosuke in the first place.
Yep.
Because the princess was the only one that could do it before, back in his time. So.
I agree. It would actually it actually makes more sense. And they actually confirmed it in this episode. They said that the princess and Yukina look exactly alike almost.
Yep, so it's either it's either going to be a clone situation since this is a sci-fi anime, or it's going to be some kind of descendant time travel thing.
I think Yukina's father's the guy in the skull costume.
That would be really cool because she had that whole thing about finding her father alive again. Oh man!
And that means that the princess and Yukina's dad could be the same person, except he's immortal and he had more than one wife.
That's true. I still think the clone thing
Like
could
Jeremy.
also be a possibility.
And what'd you say, Bravo?
Like Jeremy.
Jeremy is a clone?
No, before.
I'm confused.
The more than one wife thing. I don't take that extra step though. See, they
Close enough.
He doesn't take that extra step to make 1,000 children.
no,
I don't think
I'm
that's
not.
legal either way.
I could not afford that. I could.
He's
From
thinking
what-
about it.
From what Chris tells me, he has to deal with Tommy. I don't think I can afford the one. I don't even think I can afford the one.
Oh, one child isn't bad. 1,000, you'll cry.
I decide on not having one as well.
Oh man.
Oh. Anyway, let's move off of the childbearing and go into some killing with Beserk. Now, first of all, Jeremy's going to talk about his experience with episode number 1 through 2, and then Bravo's going to give us this week's episode 3. So, Jeremy, you start off with episode 1 and 2. What are your thoughts on the Beserk series? Because now we're in all the new anime, I believe. Yes.
Okay, so a little backstory on me and Beserk. So, watched the original when it came out. I loved Beserk growing up because Guts is just such a cool character, and his whole tale of determination and betrayal, like how messed up his world is, the stuff he went through, how he fell for Casca. They had this just genuinely strong relationship, and then Griff, the man he trusts the most, his best friend, goes around, betrays him, rapes his girlfriend, kills his girlfriend, and it just goes down from there. And then from that point on, Guts is just out for revenge against the demon that possessed Griff and caused him to do all that stuff. Obviously, he's still going to go after Griff because the demon is still in him and all that stuff. And it gets a little bit more complicated as the manga went on. But I've been looking forward to Berserk content for a while now. I've gotten used to the crappy CGI because I've watched the movies and it's pretty much in that same vein. So that didn't bother me nearly as much as it would have if I came in blind. But for the most part, I liked it. The action was really cool. I like that whole thing with the succubus in that carriage, and the fact that Guts was just like, I don't want to deal with this, but I guess I have to, and he had to cut that girl down. The action itself was great, but I'm hoping we get more of the actual plot progression as the story goes on. But for the most part, it was okay. Nothing to write home to, but if you're a Berserk fan, it's still worth watching.
Gotcha. Now, Bravo, you saw the latest episode, so tell us about episode 3.
Okay. Well, we're already starting on that note.
Well, that's always a promising note. Well,
A girl kidnapped in this abandoned building. And the blonde dude, who I guess is like her partner in this whole night thing, tried to kill him. He's crazy. Don't be fooled by the smiles and the constant closed eyes. No, he's a maniac. They get attacked by a cannibal dude who actually had like some girl mounted up on the wall like a deer almost. It was scary. He tried to eat her. Guts saves her. She runs away. She runs into another demon. Has to be rescued a second time. Tries to run away again. Has to be rescued a third time. And in the end, goes back with the Knights, and even though he saved her life like 3 times, she's just like, we have to kill him. But I'm gonna go home for now. Pride is wounded. I don't like it. It's boring.
So Bravo doesn't like it. I didn't continue it after I saw the anime. So Jeremy is continuing Beserk, and obviously Bravo, you're continuing it. You said anyway, so at least the two of you can still talk about the anime. So it's remaining on Anime Weekly.
Yeah, again, the new Berserk, like I said, it's it's an anime where it literally kind of just jumps in the middle of the story. So if you don't have the prior attachment, it's really difficult to get into. Like, I highly recommend you have to watch the original Berserk first before getting into this. Otherwise, it's just not going to be as good or even worth watching.
Gotcha.
I don't know what's happening either way, so.
So, with that wonderful note, I tried Berserk. I thought it was alright, but not something that I wanted to continue watching, especially with all the other animes we're watching, plus now adding Taboo Tattoo. So I wholeheartedly decided to drop it. Just wasn't my style. But this anime, however, was interesting, and that is Tales of Zesteria The X. And this is episode 1 and 2. Jeremy, you saw episode 0 to 1, I believe, right?
Yep.
Okay, so episode 2 you didn't see. So episode 0 was mostly about Alicia. It was about her and how she got to, oh god, what was that place called? Whatever that place was where we get introduced in episode 1 to Sori and Mikolo. And apparently Sori is from Earth, he's a human also, but he could see all of these gods, or seraphs, as he calls them.
Seraphs, yeah.
And it basically, episode 1 episode 0 was about Alicia, episode 2 was about Sori and Mikolo, and him and Mikolo not listening to Mikolo's grandfather, and they went to the ruins where he also is looking for the shepherd who's going to save Earth and reunite the seraphs with the humans. And
so are these things angels or demons? Like, I'm kind of confused.
I think the bad guys, even though they're called invaders or something like that, they're demons, and the seraphs are considered gods, and the shepherd is apparently an angel-ish. That's what I'm getting from the series.
Okay, because I thought the seraphs were angels, because I figured, because seraph is usually a word that's associated with angelic stuff. Well, so I was like,
well, Bravo, what do you think? Because I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think you're right.
That they're the gods? That they're more gods than angels?
Probably. It looked like they were in heaven pretty much, so maybe they're all gods.
Yeah.
See, and that's why I was...
or anything.
And that's why I was thinking it was like more of an angel type of thing, because usually stuff like involved with that uses the word seraph, like seraphic language or seraph blades, are connected to angels and archangels. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see as the series goes on.
Yeah, it's hard to say what they were, but basically, Sori finds Alicia. He takes her back to the village. Mikolo doesn't like it. The grandfather's against it, and then we find out that Alicia can't see all the seraphs. Only Sori could see the seraphs. I don't even know if she could see Mikolo. I think maybe she saw Mikolo, but she did not see the rest of them. So that was interesting. And then episode 2 is more of her trying to get the seraphs to come back to Earth, because Earth is under attack by invaders or intruders or whatever they're called. And it's in its darkest hour, and they need to find the shepherd. And I like how Sori and Alicia both read the book of I forgot what the book was called. The Celestial book? The Book of Celestials or something like that?
I think it was a Celestial book.
Yeah. So, with that, there's kind of a little bit of a connection. She appreciates what Sori did, but she ends up choosing to go back to Earth, to help and to find the actual shepherd. She asked Sori to come back. I believe Sori's going to be the shepherd in the end. I believe that's why he can see the seraphs.
Yeah, that explains why he can actually see them. So I could see that being the case.
Yeah. And then as she leaves, the demon attacks the seraphs. Sori and Mikolo fight the demon a bit, so does the grandfather. The demon runs away because he's chasing after Alicia, because he wants Alicia, apparently, as a meal. And that's where Sori later on that night decides, I can't let Alicia go back to Earth with that thing following right behind her. I have to go back. I have to save her. I have to protect her, yada, yada. You know, the true hero trope, which I like about him. However, I do believe him and Mikolo have a relationship. I believe that they're both somehow in feelings for each other. That or they're really, really close friends.
I don't know. I got a little gay sense from them.
So did I.
Agreed too.
Okay. So we all agree that there might be something going on with Mikolo and Sori. But Sori ends up going back, and Mikolo follows after, to be continued. That's the 3 episodes. I have to admit, with Cerberus gone, this definitely falls into the Cerberus category. I don't know what to expect yet. I feel like all we've gotten so far was introductions to characters and, like, the beginning of a story.
I think the world is cool enough to stick around, at least.
The same here. Same exact thing. I feel like the world definitely has possibilities. What about you,
Like
Rob?
that, but better. Like Cerberus, but much better.
Much better, you think, Zesteria?
Huh?
Alright, so
it also was a game for the people like, so maybe the anime will be just as good.
Gotcha. So what did you guys think of the episode? I think the episode 0 through 2 were really good.
Well, I haven't seen 2 yet, but I really enjoyed 0 and 1.
The character development.
Yep.
And you, Bravo? I hear you typing. I'm guessing you're doing work.
It was very good at establishing itself, the first 2 episodes of Tales of Zestria. It didn't drag on for a long time, but it also established a good, solid story for itself in not much time at all.
Gotcha. I agree. I guess we're going to have to wait for episode 3 to really start getting into the actual story. So, I'm going to turn it over to Bravo for this one because she has a little bit more of a knowledge with this one, but this is D. Greyman Hallow, episode number 2. I know, Jeremy, you did read... you did read. I knew I was going to say read. You did watch episode 1.
Yep.
So what did you think of episode 1, and then I'll turn it over to Bravo for episode 2.
It was cool. I like it. It was a nice refresher to get back into this world of D. Greyman, seeing some of the familiar faces, but at the same time, still introducing some new concepts into it. I'm interested to see where it goes. I haven't read that far enough into the D. Greyman manga to know where we're headed, but I'm definitely interested. Gotcha.
Bravo, you want to take up what happened in episode 2? Because we got our first mission in episode 2.
All right. So Cross is dead, and no one is taking it very well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least Alan didn't seem to take it very well. When he came to the room and saw that he was dead, he looked completely traumatized. Poor Alan.
Oh, man.
He's gone through enough already. We saw his childhood in the previous episode, I believe.
Yep. With the dog.
Didn't he suffer enough?
That was pretty rough.
And they reveal to the other Exorcist that he has the 14th Noah vessel. He is the 14th Noah vessel, and Alan says that if he ever changes, then they should kill him, which I know is foreshadowing for later.
Possibly.
And that someone...
That's definitely foreshadowing.
And someone close to him is going to die and all this stuff. It's not fun. And then... But that gets pushed aside because he now has a mission to go to in France, because there's this weird thief going around that they can't catch.
He's
and
called
I thought,
G.
Yeah. And I thought at first that it was going to be like the dude from Dimension W. What was his name? Genos, maybe?
Oh! No, Genos is from One Punch Man. Dimension W was...
Are we talking about the loser or the cyborg guy? No.
Loser.
It was loser? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But it turned out, and they had like a fight with him, but then it turned out that the thief was being controlled by this one kid in an orphanage with this jewel thing in his head, which is innocence. And he doesn't want to go back with the Exorcist. He wants to stay at the orphanage, but then the Akuma attack, and they hurt a bunch of people in the orphanage. One of them has this weird power to, like, change people to dolls if he has eye contact with them for a limited amount of time.
Oh, that was so creepy. That sounds creepy.
D. Grayman is very Tim Burton-y in nature, so...
Oh yeah, I know. I remember the first season.
And the episode actually ends on a cliffhanger. We don't really know what happened to him or not.
Well,
it
we saw
stops
the
right
kid
in the middle of
getting
the fight.
taken away.
Yeah.
We saw the boy being taken away, but then there's an explosion.
That would be a cliffhanger.
Yeah. That would be said cliffhanger. I like D. Gray Man. I'm really happy that I'm watching it, and I'm having a blast with it. So I like the art style. I like the animation style. I like the story. I wish I would have gotten into D. Gray Man's first season, but I think there's like how many episodes?
107?
Yeah, I'm not gonna binge watch 107. 12 maybe. 107. That's like my catching up with Fairy Tale, and that's not going very well.
It's not so bad. If you get into it, it goes by fast.
It does. It really does. Like, literally, once you start, you kind of take it down in like 50 episode blocks.
Though I prefer the dub.
I've tried both. I like both. I like either.
Okay, so I'll probably do sub or maybe dub, because if it's dub, then at least I could watch the anime a little bit more without having to read every 2 seconds. So we'll see.
You can always watch the manga. You catch up faster that way.
That's true. The manga I could read a lot faster than watching sometimes. And the manga kind of condenses a little bit more. Sometimes TV adds a little bit to stretch the episodes.
And I'm pretty sure the manga is very accurate compared to the anime, so...
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get into the one show that I'm sure we all really enjoyed this week, and that is Mob Psycho episode 100, episode number 1. That intro was psychedelic, man.
I gotta say though, I'm not as impressed.
Really?
I'm not as impressed with the intro. The intro was not as
the
cool
intro.
as one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not as impressed with the intro as One Punch Man. The first time I heard the One Punch Man theme, I was like, oh my god. But this one, I'm like, alright, this is a little weird, but not as cool as One Punch Man's theme song.
That's understandable. No, what about the actual show, though? I thought the show was really good.
Oh, I dug it. I really like the animation. I like the whole fact of like this whole world of psychics and, you know, Mob and his whole mentality. I like that he's not just straight up like Saitama, even though he kind of looks like him. He's actually more serious, and he actually, you know, has a crush or whatever, and he has his friend who I'm not sure if he knows is like a fake psychic, or if he's just going
he's a
along
hack.
with it.
I think the guy is a hack, and he always was. But then he met Mob, and now Mob kind of helped build his business back up.
Yeah,
I think Mob knows and is playing along because he's a kind soul.
That's one of the things. That's one of the possibilities I was thinking. I was like, he might just really like Reagan, and he just lets him play along, even though he knows that he's faking it, or he could just really
the count up. Did you notice the count up from one to? I think
it was in the 20s. It was somewhere in the
27.
20s.
It was 27 by the end of the episode till
Yeah.
Mob explodes.
Yep. So I'm wondering what happens like when he actually hits that 100%. Like, is he gonna go Phoenix Force? Like, what's gonna go down?
I don't know, but I liked it. He exercised a nothing ghost. Then he was called. Then we get to see his life a little bit. Mob is basically useless. He sucks at math. He sucks at sports. He sucks at everything. He has a crush at school. But by God, he's the best exorcist in the planet. But everything else he sucks at.
He does have talent.
Why?
I think that whole scene with him and his family was really cute when they were eating dinner together.
Yes. With
Yeah,
the
that
older
was
brother.
nice.
I think the older brother was a real... I like the older brother a lot.
Yeah.
I love family animes.
I agree.
Good families and animes.
I agree, and I think the older brother's going to play a significant role before the end of the season, probably.
Definitely.
And they are so hard to find. Good anime parents, good anime siblings.
I agree.
Or families that aren't dead.
Oh, that too. Let's not forget.
Yes, that's very true.
Though, to be fair, that's hard to find in Disney movies as well.
Mufasa.
Yeah.
Mufasa. I miss Mufasa.
I killed Mufasa. It was just downhill for Disney parents from there.
Yep.
Disney is just the land of single parenthood.
Or no parenthood.
Yep.
That's true. Orphans everywhere.
And not
Batman
drink.
Batman should be a Disney princess. I'm just saying.
I just pictured Batman in like a Sleeping Beauty outfit. I hope you're very happy with yourself.
Oh, dear Christ.
I mean, as long as there's not enough black eyeliner and eyeshadow, I think he'll be fine. I'm just saying.
Hey, Batman is the only character in DC I would believe if he popped out and said, "Hey, I'm gay."
I would totally buy it. I would totally buy it. Him and Midnighter could just hit up the town.
When they did that with characters suddenly like that.
But Batman is the most believable.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because his whole Bruce Wayne Playboy thing is a front, so I could totally see him being gay.
He isn't.
There's something.
Bravo, he isn't. He isn't. It was confirmed that he's not. But if he ever did come out of the closet, it wouldn't be as much a shocker as Iceman being gay.
I actually did think Iceman was gay, so. And the reason I did it was because back when I was younger, I watched the X2 movie, and I thought that whole scene with, like, have you ever tried not being a mutant? It sounded like a gay analogy.
I mean, the X-Men have always been a gay analogy, but... Yeah. The X-Men have always been, like, an allegory for either race or gay, like, homosexuality and stuff like that. But that's what we're talking about anime. We're getting into comic talk. My bad.
I know we are. Yeah. So, no, I liked it. I'm really excited for episode 2. I like the big exorcism in the end, where he exorcised this big, gigantic ghost that's been haunting this tunnel for hundreds of years. And
that
he
was
ends
so
up...
cool.
Huh?
That was so cool.
I know. And then also he exorcised this other smaller ghost that was in the tunnel that died on his own. But before he left, he gave him the picture of him and his gang, which was kind of like that, aw, put a little tear in your eye and made you cry for
Draws in hasty tear.
Yep. Because he has, like, it shows that Mob has a heart, even though he doesn't really show it. He's got a very mono kind of face.
It's like sentiment, but not.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not as just void of emotion as Saitama.
Right. But he has Saitama's face plus the hair, I should say.
Yeah. But I mean, and that's kind of just a reflection of one's art style, because I mean that's just how he draws characters.
Oh, but you gotta admit, when he gets into those like really like detailed like moments where really angry or really expressive, the face change.
I love the color that they use in this. This is just awesome art-wise.
Yeah, but that guy, the one that isn't really an exorcist but pretends to be, when his
Reagan. Yeah.
When he gets like super serious with the lines and the literal morphing of the face, I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They have some cool details in here. Studio Bones is doing a good job.
I agree, and if this is what's going to hold us over till One Punch Man Season 2, I could live with that.
Oh, yeah.
So, with that, guys, that's it for this week's Anime Weekly. Lots of anime, new panelists, lots of fun, and next week we add Taboo Tattoo to the list of animes.
Yay!
Nice.
So, as always, guys, we are Comic Frontline. We are your #1 source for comic-related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you haven't subscribed, hopefully you will. We'll be in your sub box. You won't miss out on a single video. And also, don't forget to check out ComicFrontline.com. We have stuff coming out, and going on each and every day between the .com and the YouTube, especially the YouTube. Also, feel free to comment below your thoughts on any of the new anime, old anime, whether you agree with us, disagree with us, your thoughts on any episode that we've talked about here. If you feel differently or the same, why not, go for it. We love hearing from you guys. That's the most important part, is the comments and your guys' enjoyment of Anime Weekly.
Also, don't forget to leave this video a like. It only takes a second of your time, and it's one click away. If you're going to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and go to the comment section anyway, it's just right there. Go ahead and click it. I know you see it. Click it.
Click it.
Click.
Do hashtag welcome Bravo to the Anime Weekly crew. Because that's what we're doing.
No spaces.
No spaces. Hashtag welcome Bravo to AW. So till next, everybody, take care, keep reading, keep collecting,
And enjoy your anime.
and we'll see you guys next week for another Anime Weekly. Later,
Later,
everybody.
guys.